Bloody hell, my hair's getting out of control, isn't it? Just come out of the shower. Right, so today was push-pull. Had a day off yesterday. Didn't end up going to work. We closed the shop because we didn't have any electricity. We had no power. They've put a generator outside the shop now, so back to normal today. Back into work. I was getting a bit worried because I don't want to be out of work for 2 days, let alone 3 or 4, because that's money out of my pocket. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I will be ordering my blood test after this vlog. Yeah, it's the 27th of January today, and it's a Saturday. So if I order it today, hopefully it'll arrive by Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, and then I'll be ahead, and then I can hold it for a few days, and then on the 5th of February, next week Monday, not this coming Monday, the Monday after, I can draw my blood and send it off, and then we can go from there. I'm looking to jump back on in February, so possibly I'll be looking around the 12th of February for the 8 weeks. I need to buy some gear. I need some nandrolone and some test, and some subcutaneous needles off Amazon. Mix it up instead of intramuscularly. I want to go subcutaneous for the next 8 weeks, and I'm going to microdose daily. That's the new plan, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Particularly with the side effects and the my blood parameters being more stable rather than having them shoot up every time I inject and then bring them back down and shoot them back up and have them yo-yoing like that. I want them to come up and then just stay up here, nice and balanced almost. We'll see what happens. Yeah, blood test today. I'm gonna book that. Training was great. Another good day of training. I felt great. I feel anabolic. I'm eating enough. I've put on some more weight. I'm 193.8 at the moment, so I've put on another 2 pounds in the last 2 days almost. Right, 1.6 in 2 days. Because I'm in a surplus. And I just sat at home yesterday. I had a day off. Didn't really do much. Had a little walk around. Did a bit of cardio. Nothing crazy. Yeah. That's it. Blood test, and then see where my blood work is at, and then jump back on. I'm pretty excited, actually, to be honest. I'm looking forward to that, jumping back on. Getting great pumps. So I love nandrolone now. I was doing my first cycle last year, even though I did a bit too much. The pumps were incredible, mate. I think that's what. I think probably one of the factors why people start training more when they're on gear is just the effects, the blood volume that you get inside, and the pump feeling itself is different to just getting the pump regularly. Once you if you know, there's a big difference. If you've never done gear, then you don't know any better. Your pump is your pump, and that's how you feel good on it. But it's just like next level, man. The pumps are next level. The strength gains are moderate, I guess, depending on the compound. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it civil. I'm not doing an AI. I'm sorry, not an AI. I'm not doing an oral this time with this cycle. It's gonna be oils only. My body doesn't like Anavar. I took one little pill. I tried it last week or beginning of this week. I don't know when it was, but I took 10 milligrams and I was breaking out. I had a few spots on my chin. I could feel it. I could feel the side effects brewing. So my body really doesn't agree with Anavar. I think my body prefers more androgenic than anabolic. I think that if the ratio is too off, because according to the reference book, Anavar is very anabolic and not so androgenic. So gyno is not an issue and things like that. However, potential other side effects on the androgenic side, sorry, the anabolic side, are acne. Not that I get acne, it's not acne, it's just a few spots, but I feel this, as always, this area here, my chin, my upper lip, around my nose a little bit, not so much there, but more so here around my lips and here my chin. Yeah, after one 10 milligram little pill, I noticed that the same day actually. Obviously the half-life on orals is, depending on the oral, 24 hours or whatever, a couple of days, 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever it is. But yeah, now that I've tried Anavar and I've experimented with it, it's not for me. It's really not for me. I've done it with the test. I've done it now on its own solo, and my body's like, nah, I don't like this. I guess I'm genetically predisposed to fucking hell, mate. To acne on oily skin as well. Bouts of oily skin on Anavar, so no more Anavar for me. But yeah, MK677 as well. Got the secretagogue here, the growth hormone secretagogue. I've got my blood glucose disposal agent as well, ready to go. So I'm going to be jumping on that. I'm going to see how that goes for a week or so. See how my body responds to that growth hormone secretagogue. And obviously it's triggered through the ghrelin receptor. And as you already know, I don't like feeling hungry, and apparently this antagonizes the growth, the ghrelin hormone, and it pushes growth hormone through the ghrelin receptor. So, hunger pains. We'll see what happens. I might be resilient to it. My body might react well to it, or not at all. It's one or the other. I don't think there's any in between. It's either going to be okay, I can handle it, or it's not going to be okay. And also dose related, I'm going to keep it on the lowest dose. I've also got my blood glucose machine, which I will do every morning. And I'm going to take it at night before bed and see if the hunger pains, if I wake up feeling hungry, then I'm going to give it one more chance. I'm going to play with it in the morning and see how I feel throughout the day with it. And if I'm not responding well to it and I'm always hungry and I'm struggling to be in a maintenance and I just want to stuff my face like a pig and my blood glucose levels are out of control, then I will stop it immediately. Last thing I want is to become diabetic. And yeah, that's it really. Gonna play around with that, start with a low dose, probably just keep it low, to be honest. I've never done growth hormone before, or the secretagogue. This will be the first time. So we'll see how the body reacts. Yeah, and obviously the blood work following that. Every month, every 4 weeks, there will be blood work. I'm going to do my blood work now before I jump on, and then, or this is what I'm going to do actually, come to think of it now, I'm going to get my blood test. I'm going to hold on to the blood test until I'm ready to jump on. I've got all my gear, I've ordered all the gear, it's all arrived, my needles and everything. Order that, maybe get another pack of Arimidex just in case on standby, even though I've got quite a few left I need to check. But it's always good to have some more. And then yeah, I'm going to take my blood when everything's ready, so that as soon as my blood work is sent off, I'm thinking I take my blood, post it, and start the same day, so that it's more close to when I was quote unquote natty at the moment. So that way when I take the test in 4 weeks time, it's going to be closer to the time where I took it when I was not on anything. So it's the window is closer. I think that's a good, instead of doing it like taking my test, let's say my blood test I take this Monday, just as an example, next, on the 29th, if I send off my blood on the 29th, but don't start jabbing until 2 weeks later, and then take another blood test the following 2 weeks after that, I would have only been on gear for 2 weeks. Whereas if I'm on gear for 4 weeks, I'll have a better understanding of the before and after, the reference range, you know what I'm saying? Whereas instead of just 2 weeks, and then 6 weeks, and then 10 weeks. I'm going to do it natty on that day, start injecting on the same day after I've sent the blood work off, and then in 4 weeks, when I've been on for 4 weeks, another blood test, and then 8 weeks, another blood test, and then I come off, and then the following 4 weeks another blood test to see how my levels are coming down, and yeah, I'll probably judge it based on that. But we'll see what happens. You know, things are always changing, and diet's always being shifted around, and you know, life gets in the way, and sometimes, you know, you gotta just work around things. So no big deal. I'm looking to fly back home for 2 weeks, see my dad for 2 weeks in April, but that will be probably end of April. So I'm hopefully going to be, I'm looking to be off before the end of April, next 8 weeks. So February and March, and a little bit of April, beginning of April. So it should give me like 13 weeks, 10 maybe 14 weeks to play with the 8 week window. And then yeah, I don't want to be jabbing when I'm over there. I want to be off when I'm over there, and then when I come back, have the break for 8 weeks again, and then jump back on for another 8 weeks, and so on and so on. Anyway, this ended up being a long video, but yeah, that's I think that's the route I'm going to be taking. And yeah, I'm going to order the blood test now, and then we'll go from there. I've got to order the gear, send the blood test off, and then start the cycle again. All right. Speak to you maybe tomorrow. If I'm not, well, actually I got to do laundry tomorrow, so yeah, I'll be training arms and hamstrings and abs and calves. So I'll speak to you tomorrow.